Hello, and welcome to another episode of our Speakeasy podcast. As always, that's Ken.
Hey.
And I'm John.
Johnny.
Nice to see you.
Johnny.
Nice to see everybody out there today.
Yeah, nice to see you, John.
You too, Ken. Congratulations on 1,500 subscribers this week.
Yes,
How does it feel? How does it feel?
Moving on up.
Yeah. How does it feel to take 4 years to...
Still not one bought view.
I thought it'd be 15,000.
Not one bought subscriber. And that's something
we're not going to cheat.
Yeah, and I think it's important to us to do that because it's nice when we get the subscribers we have for our page or our YouTube page, our podcast. They're ones that are loyal and they're going to stay with us and they're going to listen and do their thing.
Yeah, and lately we're getting a lot of people just stumble upon us and giving us nice compliments.
Yeah,
so
yes, and
it's
then
nice
you
to
get
see
a
that.
random comment once in a while.
Yeah, like, hola, Kenneth, ¿cómo está?
Yeah, or they ask a random question, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell is this guy? I think it's like a bot or like some kind of spam or something.
Maybe.
And I'm like,
Can you put me on your show?
yes. Hey, we'd be more than happy to work with other people at some point. It's just help us, and you got to help us, and we got to help you. That's the way we look at it, So,
And we're two people that are just stuck in our ways here.
Yeah.
We fear change.
yes, yeah. I know
We've had our opportunities to branch out and do things with other people and
Yeah, I
go
think
to
we lost
places.
all those
and
opportunities
yeah, I
now.
think
I
those
don't know.
opportunities are down the
They
toilet.
gave up on us.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we've had some fun episodes.
That's
So
all right. All I need is you, man. I don't need anybody else.
I know. We always said it. We started this just to have fun and just BS and record what we're saying. And here, a few
My
years
wife
later,
asked me today. She's like, "How long have you been doing this now?" I was like, "Oh, end of 2022." She's like, "It feels a lot longer." No.
End of 2021.
No.
Yes.
Holy crap! So she's right. 2021.
Yeah.
She's like, "It feels longer." I was like, "Yeah, time's flying for me."
Yeah. So it's 2025. It'll be 4 years this year.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
We're running out of topics.
No, I know. Well, that's why we talk about the news.
We're not running out of bourbon. We're running out of topics.
Yeah. Speaking of the whiskey, Johnny.
Whiskey. I got a brand new bottle of whiskey. I won this.
Yes.
In a Super Bowl pool.
Yeah. The pool. I've been participating for the last 3 years.
You just invited me for the first time last year.
Yes, and none of us won last year.
Nope.
And it's funny because our buddy Jay, who's been on the show, won as well.
He won the final. I won the halftime.
Yes, which are both very good prizes. John
Yeah.
won 2 of these. And then Jay for the last 2 years, he's like, I don't know about this pool. Can you trust this guy? Do you know if he's good? And I go, I'm like, no. I'm like, he seems legit. Everything seems good. And then he won, and he got his bottle. So there you go.
So you trust it.
And then I was like, I never win. And then he just did the randomizer after the Super Bowl, and I won some samples that I hopefully will be getting soon. So
awesome.
yeah.
Well, thank you.
And one of those is Russell's 15 too. So I've been looking forward to trying that
that's
one.
nice. Yeah, that's a good hit, man.
Yeah, I'll take
a
it.
sip and pour them in.
Well, I told you, people sell samples, and those samples alone can cost 50, 70, 60, whatever. So
I saw somebody selling stag samples. He had a whole bunch on one of those Facebook websites, and they were pricey for a sample. I was like, what the hell?
if they're too, they're no one's gonna buy them if they're too pricey.
Yeah.
But what kind of stag was it? Stag, George T. Stag or stag?
No, it was just a stag.
Just regular stag.
Yeah, but it was expensive for the sample. Man.
Bourbon bottle values have gone down a little bit. So
yeah, and that's something cool we should talk about now because we're gonna go over some stuff today, and Canada's kicking bourbon out of its country.
Oh
so
yeah, we could talk a little bit on that.
Topic.
Yeah, we got a few things.
Let's get into this, man, because I've been eyeing it, waiting for her to open it up, and now's the time.
Yeah.
So this is Smoke Wagon out of Las Vegas, right? It's their experimental rye whiskey.
Yes.
And this is a barrel char code C.
Yes.
It is bottle 403 out of 752, and the proof is 58.60%.
Solid proof.
So what's that? 116, 117, 117 about?
Yeah, about a little over 117. It looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, and we know Smoke Wagon, I said, is out of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And I don't know much about. Oh, all right. So the back here, in 2013, MGP did an experimental run of the above mash bill. It's 51% rye and 49% malted barley. There were 22 barrels total, consisting of 4 different char levels. There's the C barrel, the D barrel, the E barrel, and the F barrel. This one is the C, which is a heavy toast before char on staves. Char number 1 on the staves, and then char number 2 on the heads. Oh, I love when my head is charred. Yeah.
And so they only produced a C, D,
E, and
an F. There's no A, B.
No, there's just 4 batches. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know a reason for that? I don't.
I think it's because the A and B is like maybe the only thing I can think of is maybe the A and B is like it's just because that's the pre-char. That's the original A, B bottles,
Gotcha.
and then when they started doing the char fun stuff, then it's already at the C point maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what they got here with this.
Yes.
It's supposed to be
Just twisted.
A good thing, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll leave that on there.
Yeah.
You do the.
I don't have any Smoke Wagon glassware, huh?
No, that's okay.
That's okay.
I like the 4 roses because it leans to the left, like my.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I just washed this one too, so you know it's clean.
In the toilet.
Nah. Is that too much for you? Jeez. Should I?
Yeah, maybe pour a little.
All right. Let me.
That's good. Yeah.
That's good. All right.
We'll
Ooh,
let this
sorry. Got a little drippy on there.
Ooh.
All right. There we go.
And we've done a couple of smoke wagons, right? We've done.
Oh yeah, we've done uncut, unfiltered. We've done the younger.
The younger, yeah.
Yeah, we've done a couple. We've done a couple other ryes too. We've done the malted rye. We've done quite a few. Let me get that.
Yeah.
There we go.
So being that it's just open, we'll swish it around.
Yeah.
Open it up.
See, let's see. I am so curious. I'm excited. I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
Only because people, I don't know. Sometimes people overhype stuff
Yeah.
though, but we'll see how it is.
I feel like Jesse Spano on caffeine pills.
What did she? What was she
I'm
singing?
so excited.
Oh God! You gotta love the '90s. It smells nice.
All right, I'm getting some of that rye.
Yeah.
Hints of mint. I mean, some of your typical rye flavors that you might get.
But can I ask you a question? All right.
Yes,
I guess
you can.
I guess I'm going to answer my own question because it's 50% rye. It's a rye whiskey. It's not a bourbon per se because there was no mention of corn.
No.
It's just the
Malted
rye
barley
and the
and-
malted barley.
yeah.
Right? So this is not really a bourbon. It's a malted. It's a rye whiskey.
Yes, it's
okay.
a rye.
What
So
would
what
I
was the
say?
question?
Yeah, I just said I'm going to answer my own question.
Yes.
Excellent. All right.
It smells. It smells delightful.
It smells good. The rye, like you said, it's rye forward.
Yeah.
It's got a little sweetness to it.
Yes, I'm getting that sweetness. I'm getting a little bit of that maltiness.
Like a raisin.
Yeah, I mean,
It's definitely like a dark.
it's got that spice, got that sweet. It's got the maltiness. Pine.
Ooh, interesting.
A little pine, a little woodiness, little pine.
It's not boozy. It's not there. I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not getting ethanol up my nose.
No,
You know,
yes.
It smells like it's gonna be nice.
Yeah. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's sweet, Beth.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, ooh. Oh man, I just put chapstick on. Maybe that's why. I felt like I tasted a little bit of peanut butter, but that might be my chapstick.
Kentucky hug
Yeah,
galore.
it does hug. Yeah.
Right here, man. It is hanging.
You were correct though with it being. You said before we started filming, you said that I think you're gonna like this. You think it's gonna be a lot rye forward.
Yeah,
Like
more rye forward,
What
yeah.
I like.
Yes, as opposed to the other higher batches like the F or the
Yeah,
E. Or
I think
the,
you hit the nail on the head, though,
Yeah.
man. Because that's very good.
It's sweet. It's got that, and that's another thing I heard about these the other batches like your C and D. They're a little sweeter on the sweeter side.
Yeah.
A little bit more of that hug. Your E and F might be a little bit softer, but this is nice.
No, this is very nice.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah, and it's definitely more rye forward, I think, than we would get on the other batches. Yeah,
very good.
and it's got a nice color, with
Yeah,
that,
the color's great.
and it's got nice viscosity to it. You can see some of those legs going around there dancing. Yeah, it's and it lingers in your mouth. You could feel that. I feel that my mouth is coated right now with it.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very good. And that Kentucky hug, I love a good Kentucky hug, and this is the best Kentucky
To
hug
a point, yeah.
I've had in a while.
Yeah.
As far as it's almost borderline. If it was any hotter there, it would be uncomfortable, I think. Yeah. But I think it's perfect right now. You it seems like you are kind of like it's too hot down there. No? Okay. All right. But it hangs there. It hangs. Now, let's talk about this as far as notes go on this.
Ooh, wow. A little bit of water in your mouth puts that brings those flavors out.
All right.
All right, so yeah, rye forward. I got before the whiff of the pine that you said. I don't taste it, but I am tasting like a dark fruit. There is a little sweetness back there, and I am tasting like a date, a raisin, a plum.
Are you getting? I'm getting a little mint on that finish. Actually,
I agree.
You're saying some dark fruit.
I mean that's the sweetness that I can pick up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I just put chapstick on. I should have did that.
I'm getting some of that malt.
Are you? See, I'm not getting much.
I think that's all. It kind of goes in with that dark dried fruit and that kind of that like sweet kind of, but not overpoweringly. Like you would think, considering the ratio on this mash bill here, that it would be more maltier.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean 49% malt. I mean, is that What else have we had that is basically similar to this bill? To this mash bill?
I don't know.
I don't remember ever reading anything with 49% malted barley.
Yeah, I mean, I have a malted rye from Smoke Wagon actually, and I don't remember the mash bills offhand now. You know what else I'm getting a little bit too? I'm getting a little earthiness to it. Maybe hint of tobacco.
You know, I was going to actually say leather before. You know, you get that leathery taste, that tobacco-y taste.
Yes, yeah,
100%.
Yes. It's got nice It's got nice spy. It's got nice spice.
You got a nice spy.
The spy on this one is delightful.
Excellent.
It's got nice spice to it, which you find in your ryes. And it's kind of got. I mean, bourbons are known to be a little bit sweeter because of all that corn, and I find this is pretty sweet actually for a rye.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet for a rye. If you are not a rye lover, if you do not like a rye, if you're not a fan of rye at all, I'm not sure you're gonna like this too much, because it is rye forward.
It's rye forward, but it's not in your face like a Willet rye or something, as much. Like I actually thought it was going to be even more rye forward than it is. Yeah. And no, it's got some. It's definitely has the complexities. I mean, this bottle goes between what's it like, 300 to 400 maybe or so, depending. I think the last I saw it go on the market was maybe closer to 3.
Yeah, I think that you see different places.
3 1/4. I saw a guy listing them and they weren't biting. No one was biting at 3 1/4.
I saw at one point somebody put 385, and like you said, they weren't. Yeah, nobody.
It's not biting
for it.
No. And you could list anything for anything, but if people aren't buying it, then it's not worth that. Then so yeah, it's when they first came out, the stores were selling for upwards of 400.
MSRP is more like 65, 80 on this.
Is it?
Never find it on.
Yeah, well, that's the
to what
thing.
I saw online. Yeah, you'll never ever.
You're
see
not going to
MSRP
find it
ever.
Yes, it's one of those. I scored a F char at a store when it first came out, and it was like I knew nothing about it. It just hit the shelf, and I'm like, let me try it out. And it was the only bottle they had of this. They didn't have any other ones, and this was it. So I kind of just pulled the trigger on it. I probably paid a little bit too much for it, but I would say I would value this bottle at 185.
Okay.
Because as far as how much would I might be willing to pay for something like this,
You're right.
because it has much more complexities than your typical rye, and you could taste that. And I like what they're doing. I like that they were experimental with it, and there was obviously a lot of work that went into it. And a lot of times these rye mash bills from MGP are more expensive just in and of themselves. So so they're harder to. It's not going to be as cheap. Bourbon mash, something like that's going to be cheaper.
Yeah. For anybody who couldn't get their hands on one of these, so the difference is, I told you with the C barrel, heavy toast before the char on the staves.
Yeah.
The D barrel is a number 2 char on the staves and a number 2 char on the heads. I'm gonna assume that just number 2 char means a heavier char.
Yeah.
Then you got the E barrel, which is a number 3 char on the staves, but still the number 2 on the head. And then the F barrel is 5 char, which is and number 2 on the head.
So yeah.
Wow. So they're all number 2 on the head. They're all the same with the head, and I'm assuming the head is the lid.
Yeah.
Right.
The F is, I am very
intrigued,
borderline gonna open mine.
Ready
I
to
think.
open it
Yeah, I think maybe soon. Because I want to see how that one goes. But
yeah, that's a heavy char there.
Yeah. And it's going to be very unique. Yeah. So I was pretty happy that I did score the F when I got it.
Absolutely.
Because just because it's going to be the most unique out of all, you know.
Yeah.
But
all right, cool. Hey, Smoke Wagon, thank you.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Congrats on winning this.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks to the guy who ran it. I don't want to name names or say where it was.
His name's Jay, but we don't have to throw the last names.
Yeah.
But
cheers
and
cheers.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
So
I'll keep drinking.
I just got back from a cruise and a plane, and I was scared shit. You remember?
Yeah.
And it worked out. I'm back. So
yes,
I'm
everything
here.
went good. You went to Miami.
I went to Miami.
Yeah.
Probably the first and last time I'll go to Miami. It was a little too much for me. Maybe
Yeah.
20 years ago would have been fun, but I
Yeah.
can't hang anymore like that.
Did you go to Bongos?
No, we were in South Beach, man. I'm going to be honest. We were at the airport by 5:30, so I was up at about 3:30, 4 o'clock. My buddy picked us up. We went to the airport.
Jeez, that's early. And it throws your whole day off.
It throws your whole day off. We landed. We got our bags. We took an Uber to our hotel.
Yeah.
The hotel was cool. They let us check in about noon because we got there about noon, and the room was ready. I got a cool upgrade from I booked through Travelocity, and they said, "Oh, Travelocity is giving you an upgrade." So I was like, "All right, what does this mean?" I got a bigger room.
Nice.
When I got to the room, it had spiral stairs. And you go up the spiral stairs, and you open a door, and you had your own terrace.
Really?
With lounge chairs, and it was overlooking a club.
Did Joe get
No. No, he didn't book through Travel, so I don't know.
Yeah, Travelocity.
And they gave me a free bottle of wine.
What?
Yeah, the room was crazy. It had a fridge. It had coffee, like a Keurig machine.
Yeah.
And it had these tins. They were called sex tins. So inside the tin was a mini vibrator, a vibrating ring for yourself.
Yeah.
Lube and like condoms. It was weird. I think they charged you for it, so I don't know. I didn't open it.
Oh, you didn't try it out?
No, I didn't. No, the ring was too big. So that was a cool start. And then we're like, all right, let's walk around. Let's go check out the town.
Yeah.
And the first bar we went to, we were thinking about maybe having lunch. My wife and his wife went into a store for shopping, and we were going to go have a quick drink. But a drag queen show was going on, and we walked out.
All right.
Yeah, it was
Bit much?
Bit much.
Yeah.
We went to the beach, walked on the beach. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Did you wear your sunglasses on the beach?
Then we went to I had my sunglasses.
You
on the beach,
could see, you could see where those eyes are going.
There was nothing to look at.
Oh, yeah.
No. There were more men in thong bikinis than women. Then we went to South Beach Brewing, where we had lunch and a couple beers. Went back to the hotel to take a quick shower, get changed, and we went to sleep. And we didn't see each other again until the next day. So Miami was a little bit of a waste.
Yeah.
You know,
well, they have that one good brewery over there, though. It's the big one. It's It's like a big name brewery, but it's so big that I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
It's with the stouts. They have all the stouts and stuff. Like that.
J.W. Wakefield.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Didn't
Yeah,
they closed down though. I think they shut
Did
down.
they? Oh,
But I was in South Beach, so we were just trying to go walk places, and then the club next to us didn't end until 2:00. So I got to hear boom, 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 boom all night long, and it was Spanish music because obviously you're in Little Cuba.
Suavemente.
Yeah, exactly. So I probably won't do if I ever go on a cruise again at Miami. I'll probably just stay by the airport, or
I went on a cruise out of Miami many years ago. Yeah,
very very nice terminal.
But when I went, it was probably like the right crowd.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know if there's a difference between staying in South Beach and staying in Miami Beach. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember where. I was at the Beacon. I think it was the Beacon Hotel.
Okay, so the Beacon was close to me.
Okay, so that's South Beach.
And then the Beacon was close to me, and then we walked by the Clevelander was down the street from me.
All right.
And that's where, if you guys watch Jersey Shore, when they go to Miami, that's where they stay and where they hang out. There's like a big pool in the middle. And I said, guys, let's go in here for a drink. Like, the Jersey Shore goes here. It looks like a cool club. But when you go online, they have to pat you down for weapons. And I was like, you know what? Nah.
Yeah, it's a hard pass.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
So, Miami was a waste. But we went on a cruise ship to the Bahamas, and I went to my Pirates Republic Brewing Company.
Yeah.
See my boys over there.
Did you put a new sticker? Was the old sticker there?
The old sticker's there. Yeah, they were busy, so I didn't ask to put a new sticker on, but I did put a new sticker on the pole outside.
All right.
In front of the place. So it was a good time. We had a good time.
Yeah, cool.
I drank a lot. No drink package, but we drank a lot. A lot of bourbon. A lot of bourbon on that boat, man.
Yeah. What was your go-to?
Honestly, my go-to was I was doing a lot of Gentleman Jack.
Okay.
But otherwise, I was doing. One night I had Balcones.
Oh, Balcones, yeah. Texas whiskey.
They had Elijah Craig. They had a lot of stuff, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So overall, good time.
Okay.
Yeah. Good.
And then I came back to President Trump wanting to throw a big speech.
Yes. You watched it?
I did watch it. Yeah. It was very long. That man can talk, dude.
Yeah.
He could talk.
I think he likes to hear himself talk too.
Yeah.
But I think that one guy was kind of annoying. That was kind of shouting with the cane.
Yeah, he got kicked out there. Representative.
Whatever. He said he wants to impeach. He's like filing the papers to impeach Trump.
That's fine.
You're not going to get it. Just I question the logic of some of these people. Do they not realize that this is the reason he got into office? Because they've been going after Trump all this time, and people are seeing the corruptness with the whole impeachment. What was he impeached twice or something? Something
like that. Yeah.
And between being president till the next 4 years after his presidency, to it never stopped. So I mean, does he realize that? Doesn't that guy realize you're not getting anywhere with this?
Now I think they're trying to ban him from like going to sessions and stuff. So
yeah, and he's going to say he's some kind of activist that is changing the ways or this or that, or he's I don't know.
Those people sat there miserably with their signs.
Yeah,
and. That kind of annoyed me where, like they had the little boy with cancer that became, they made him like a special honorary.
Yeah, he's a little kid.
Secret Service guy. He was supposed to die years ago, and the kid made it. He lived. And
he fought.
You got the people, the family of the guy who died when he got shot in the ear.
Yeah.
The fireman there.
Yeah.
Jumped on his family, got shot.
The mothers whose daughters were murdered, that they were, and who've been through hell. And, listen, I know if you're against certain things, like the other party, you're not for the other party, but that's fine.
But this has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
These people sat there with their arms folded.
Yes.
While these people stood up and he acknowledged them, and they were there to be acknowledged, and they did nothing.
Yeah.
And that really got to me a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
it got to a lot of people.
They preach unity. We need to get together and get the party.
Yeah.
How did you not even stand up for that part?
Yeah.
It was very. I'm going to say disappointing.
Yeah,
I was very disappointed in
well, Trump said it though. But he said he's like they're not going to clap or they're not going to do anything. So whatever. I actually started laughing when he called what's her name, Pocahontas.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't do himself any favors either by saying some things.
Yeah,
but,
I know, but I couldn't. No, I'm like, I mean, she claims she's like, I'm part Native, or something.
Pocahontas.
Even Pocahontas, Pocahontas. That's what you're on. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, and honestly, that I feel like that whole speech thing wasn't even. You didn't get anything out of it.
Yeah.
He did. It sounded like he was campaigning more than like giving an update on what was going on.
I think. Okay, and my first impression was kind of like what you're saying right now, but I think the reason he did that is because he's saying I earned the support of the people. This is what happened. I'm giving you a backstory. This is who you elected. This is who with all the votes and everything. He's like, I got whatever amount of votes, whatever. You could look at it as like he's boasting or bragging or something, but I think he's just saying this is what the people wanted. And I've been saying these have been the promises I'm gonna fulfill. Yeah. And he's been saying that since before the campaign. He's like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this. So I think that whole pre-thing was more like, hey, this is what you guys wanted, and this, and then he's like, this is what I'm gonna deliver.
I like when he was going on the Doge thing of what they were saving and what they were saving on.
Yeah,
there was some crazy stuff in there.
It's unbelievable.
It's like $14 million on mice, transgender mice. Yeah. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. Yes.
We were spending a ton of money on stuff, man.
Yeah. And for what? And for what?
I don't know.
Yeah. And it makes you wonder. And I'm all for, and he's kind of changed his tone a little bit. Especially when people start to say President Elon and President, and everything. So I think Trump doesn't like that. You don't want to say that to Trump because he's the the man in power and he likes his power.
And he made it known that Musk is not in charge.
Yes.
He's there as to guide us.
Yes.
And to figure things out and give his opinion.
And that's basically what he said the other day was, I am going to listen to what he says. Is everyone going to get fired? No. Right. He's like, the good people who are the good people, the ones that are the good workers, because there's always good workers.
Of course.
They're going to stay. But they're just trying to weed through the ones that are just there to collect a paycheck and work half-assed, and whatever. So, but yeah, I think overall, as far my opinion on it, and I'll ask yours in a second, is that I think it went pretty well. It was. I feel like he told everyone what they wanted to hear, like the questions they wanted to hear the answers to. That's the better way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree, 100%.
Zelensky.
Well, I don't know. I don't think we've talked about that since, right? What happened when Zelensky went to the Oval Office?
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think we ever touched on that. As you know, Zelensky went to the Oval Office, and they kind of gave it to him.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of that whole shenanigan thing. I understand why they did it.
Do you think Trump was egging him on a little bit, though? Do you think he wanted that to happen, that argument? He wanted that to,
I don't know. I feel like Vance wanted it to happen, and he was egging on Trump to,
Yeah.
You could see Trump's turning red in his ears, the steam coming out as Vance kept going and going and going and going.
Yeah.
But I feel like it maybe could. I didn't like the part where he's like, just say thank you. Say thank you. Like a kid. Say thank you.
Yeah.
And he's like, I did say thank you. Other time I said thank you.
Yeah.
And then Trump mentioned at his speech that, Zelensky wrote the letter and said thank you, when we're willing to sign whatever you want to sign. And
I think there was a lot of regrets on both sides.
Yeah.
I think Zelensky absolutely regretted what he did because he felt he got some backlash.
Well, he went in trying to be slick, I believe, and it blew up in his face,
Mm-hmm.
You don't go to the Oval Office demanding more things and more money.
Yeah.
Go to the other countries, which I guess worked because now the other countries supposedly are going to start funding some stuff for them. But
yeah. So there was a lot that was said, and there was a lot regarding that, regarding where we stand on that. My honest opinion about Trump and Putin, I think Trump knows that Putin is not a good man. I think Trump knows that Putin is the reason why that war probably ultimately started. I think Trump just is, in a way, he's smart that I know the power this guy has. He has unlimited resources, unlimited this, unlimited that, and this is the scenario we need right now.
Yeah.
And I feel that you need to not necessarily be on Putin's side, but you need to be friends with him. You have to become friends with him. And especially if you want to have peace.
Right.
You know,
well, I mean, even his first time around when he was going to North Korea, and visiting Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
People, were like, what is he doing? Well, like you said, I mean, sometimes you got to keep your enemies close, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So, yeah, I get that part. I think you're correct there.
Yeah. And I think that Trump will lie almost to benefit us and benefit all in a way, too.
That's not me.
No, it's not me. And I think he'll lie because he knows it's for the good in the end.
Right.
And he'll act like his buddy, and especially in the public eye, because if it's in the public eye, people see that means Putin's seeing that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if...
Listen, like you said...
The greater good.
Yeah, I mean, like, the guy's got unlimited resources. He's a scary dude.
Yeah. He's a loose cannon.
He's a loose cannon. So, yeah, sometimes you do got to coddle people like that.
Yeah.
And feed into their ego.
I was watching a video of GW riding around his pickup truck on his farm with Putin.
Really?
Yeah.
You see, that's the bullshit, man. Everybody's like, oh, he's friends with him. But look at all these past guys that had conversations, Like, even with the getting people back to their countries, and deportation. Like, Obama had a huge deportation percentage.
Yeah.
Like...
They all preached it. It's whatever's the flavor of the week with the left lately, it seems like,
Sure.
Oh, they want transgender this? Oh, okay, let's do that then. Oh, the people are talking. It's like the hype, I feel like they go on TikTok or whatever, and they're like, "What's trending?"
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what we're gonna go for. This is what the people want to hear.
It's crazy.
And
now Kamala Harris wants to run for governor of California, possibly.
Really?
Yeah, she's gonna decide by the end of the month if she's gonna run.
And I saw Cuomo's running for mayor of New York City.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Gosh. But and it doesn't shock me though.
Life
They'll
is an
win
adventure.
sometime. Look at Menendez, man. He was banging freaking Thai hookers or something like that, and he was, and he stayed. They reelected him. It was underage freaking prostitutes or something like that. I don't know, along those lines. And then it comes back. It'll come back. You'll get yours.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it did. And
It did for him.
Yep. He'll get yours. And then Cuomo, he's. I mean, come on. He resigned from his position, and
I mean, when he resigned from his position, though, I wasn't fully like, all right. That's when all that stuff was coming out, being rude to the staff and with the women and blah blah blah. Blah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to.
I wonder. I often wonder when people are in certain positions and they get in their power trips and
I'm sure.
And take advantage of others. But
You want to do a beer?
let's do a beer
Let's
because
do a beer.
I'm done with my bourbon right now.
Yeah,
so.
let's do a beer.
Or my whiskey, actually.
This
my
little
rye
can
whiskey.
is going to pack a big punch, man.
Yes.
Wow. So this comes from...
So this is from my buddy Andrew. He actually brought a few over yesterday, and he gave me one. He was drinking one, and after I was getting towards the end of mine, he's like, "Oh, you want another?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "It's 8.6." Like, I don't want to be completely stupid. Yeah. Even though we've done our share of 8, 6, 9s or 10s, or like we've done triple IPAs, but
when in this little can, though, they... It hit you fast.
Yeah. And this is something we don't do all the time. It's a Belgian, and it's from Cape May Brewing.
Yeah, Cape May. I've been there. Have you been to Cape May?
No, I haven't.
Cool spot.
Yeah.
Cool spot.
I remember you telling me about it.
It's in like an airport.
Yes.
Yeah.
You talked about it, actually, I think, on the podcast.
Yeah, pretty cool space.
And
So
the
this is
name-
called the Devil's Reach.
Devil's Reach.
Belgian style ale, like you said, 8.6.
Yeah.
Nice. This makes me want the summer to come so we can start, getting down there.
Yeah. And like I said, I had it yesterday, so I know how it tastes, and I was pretty.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. So I'm gonna see what you think.
It smells like a Belgian ale.
It does smell like a Belgian, but it kind of has hints of like a Pilsner kind of on the nose. But there's a crispness to it.
You smell the malt.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, Andrew. Cheers.
Yeah, thanks, bud.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice. Very good.
It's
Got good
crisp.
flavor, yeah.
It's got that lingering that Belgian style. Like what would you say that? Kind of like a fermented apple in a way.
Yeah.
Or something that's just starting to like a little bit overripe.
But there's no aftertaste. Like it hangs for a few minutes and then it goes away. But it hangs in a good way.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get something real malty.
Yeah.
And it just sits there and you're kind of like, go away.
Yeah.
This is nice. Yeah, I can definitely drink a couple of
Yeah.
these, which not a good idea.
I'm content splitting the small can with you right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But it's a solid. It's solid.
Cheers, Cape May.
Yeah, I like it. I like it for a Belgian, and Belgians are tough. And some people just, you can't pull that off. And I'm gonna be quite honest, they pulled this off.
And honestly, I'm gigantic Cape May brewing
bro. It's
person,
funny that you said that.
but this is pretty good for them.
I said the exact same thing. Words came out of my mouth to Andrew yesterday. I said I don't always do Cape May. I'm like they could be a little hit or miss for me sometimes, but I'm like this is actually pretty solid.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty
Which
good.
means it doesn't mean that the other the other beers that they have might be better than we remember now too, because recipes change, things change,
and our palates change.
Our palates
when I
change.
went there a few years ago, I was just strictly an IPA guy.
Yeah.
I would never have ordered this.
Yeah. I know. And dude, I have some Belgians hanging around here. So
Where are they? What are they going to do?
We're
They making chocolate? What are they doing?
No, we did one recently. What did we do? We did the it was the Unibrew one, or
the Unabomber?
the Unibomber, the Canadian Montreal French one. Speaking of Canada, though, Canada does not like America now, apparently, huh?
No, well, we want to tax them for everything. We want them to be the 51st state. So they hate us, just like we don't like them.
Blame Canada. Yeah, and they're taking the whiskey, all the bourbon and whiskey off their shelves, and they're.
So let me ask you a question then.
Yeah.
If they're sending back, they don't want to have our bourbons and our whiskey on their shelves. Does that mean the whiskey price goes down because there's going to be an uber amount of it here in America? Or does the whiskey go up because we're not getting the tariff, or we're not getting the money from them anymore?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but the funny thing is the whiskey they're taking off the shelves, they've paid for it already.
Yeah, I know. What are you doing with that?
Yeah, like it's just going to sit in the corner until everything blows over. And they're like, oh, we can put it back on the shelf, eh?
Age nice, eh? It's going to be more money, eh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, what are they going to do with it? I'm like, I think they're hurting themselves more.
Yeah. Are they going to start throwing bottles in the streets and protesting?
Yeah, it doesn't. And I, for one, I've had plenty of Canadian whiskey, but that's not my go-to. So it's not going to affect me much as far as...
I didn't even know they make whiskey in Canada.
Yes, they do. Yes. But yeah, I don't know. I understand why they're ticked off, but...
All that's on pause, though, now, right? I think those tariffs, so I know Mexico.
So I think because the stock market took a hit. I think that he doesn't. Trump doesn't say that that's the reason he did it. He said he talked to the Mexican president and he's like, oh, I'm gonna give him a little time. I'm gonna give him a little time.
Meanwhile, we just all lost our 401ks.
I know the stock. Oh God, I don't even want to talk about that. But yeah. So I think he jumped a little bit too quick to that conclusion to do it. This is the way it should be done. And I think even Trump had mentioned it at one point. We should charge the same amount that they're charging us. So if China's charging us 10%, we charge them 10%.
Absolutely.
If someone's charging 15%, we charge them 15%.
100%. Nobody should have an advantage over anybody else.
Yeah, just keep it. Just if you're going to screw me, I'm going to screw you. That's it. And if you have a friendly relationship with the country, then and you don't do any tariffs and you go back and forth, then so be it. Trump obviously is doing it because he wants to give a little bit more of a boom to our industry, our American industry, and to kind of get more jobs and get more, within the USA stuff. And I could see that, and I'm for that. But you can't. Rome wasn't built in a day. So, if you want to do just maybe small increases for now, like a 1% here, 1% here, 2% there, and then eventually it'll get to that 15% or whatever it is anyways, but
He just wants to show he's got a big dick and
yeah,
he's going right in.
I know. Yeah. He's I like I said, I could see why he's doing it, but be smart with it. Let's be smart with everything. Let's do it right if we're going to do it. So.
Call him up and let him know.
Yeah, let me talk to him.
Before we go, let's throw in one more thing, because while I was gone, one of my favorite actors passed away.
Yes.
Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize he was 95, man. He's old, dude.
He was old. And I saw on Facebook maybe like...
My phone fell asleep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
A couple weeks prior to his death, someone had posted, it was like a photo of him walking out of a store with his wife.
You didn't even recognize him, right?
I was like, damn, he's looking old,
He's
man.
old,
It's finally caught up to him.
And his wife was like 20 years younger than him at least.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
So this is breaking news. Like literally right before we hit record, John was on his phone and he goes, "Ooh, shoot!" So we're recording a few days before this is airing, so there might be more developments on this by the time this airs. But this is something very new to us right now at this moment.
So if you didn't hear, they just found him and his wife and the dog dead in their little house there.
Yes, they were discovered, and they were there for some time. They started to get mummified and stuff.
And they said they didn't look like there was any foul play, and then they thought maybe carbon monoxide poisoning.
That's what everyone thought.
And all those tests said no.
Yeah.
So, everybody was wondering what happened. What happened? And so actually right now we just got back some answers, a little bit.
Yeah.
For now. So it showed that Gene Hackman died of heart disease and he had severe Alzheimer's, which is crazy. But the crazier part is his wife died about a week before him. She had hantavirus pulmonary syndrome is what she had. We looked that up, and it's something that you get from like rodent droppings, and like you breathe it in the air, and it can make you real sick. And I think the prescriptions that they found around her was to help that because she was so sick. And it seems like that's what she died of. And when she collapsed and died a week before him with his heart disease and his Alzheimer's, he probably either didn't have a clue she was dead, have a clue where she was, or didn't know how to take care of himself. And the poor dog was locked inside the cage because they had 3 dogs. 2 were free. The poor dog that was locked inside the cage probably just
starved to death.
And so it looks like he died on February 17th. 'Cause that's when his pacemaker stopped working. And so that would have left her to die on February 10th. And they didn't discover them until February 26th. So you're talking good 2 weeks, man.
It must have been ripe in that house.
It must have been a little stinky.
Yeah.
So that's a shitty way to go, man.
Yeah.
It's a shitty way to go. I mean, it's a nice way to go. You all went together. But it's a shitty way to be discovered. Because Gene Hackman, man, you never heard a bad thing about that guy, man.
No.
He was an Oscar-winning actor, Academy Award-winning actor.
Yeah.
A lot of good movies, man. He had a huge filmography. And it just, that sucks, dude.
Apparently, Wes Anderson, Hackman was tough on him, it being he was a young director.
Is that the Freddy Krueger guy, Wes Anderson?
No, Wes Anderson, director. He did Royal Tenenbaums, and he
I'm
did
thinking
all
of
those.
Wes Craven.
Yeah, no, he did all those movies. Those you can tell a Wes Anderson film when you see one.
Yeah.
But yes, so he was a little tough on him apparently, but it's Gene Hackman, so Yeah. What do you expect? But that was the word on the street when it comes to just working with him in general.
Okay. I didn't hear that.
Yes, but I don't think it was like it wasn't a bad relationship. You know how some people say I can never work with that person again or whatever. It wasn't like that. Yeah. It was just that he was a guy who's been in the industry for quite some time, and was around the corner and back, and he's could be a little tough on him and stuff. But apparently he was an amazing when it comes to like doing take. Like they said, he was always like he could do stuff in one take. You know, it was always, and it was almost embarrassing because a lot of times the other people couldn't do things in one take, so he was just constantly over and over again. Okay, doing this again. You know, kind of.
Yeah, man. It's sad. What a sad way to go.
But he's been retired for what, 20-something years, maybe?
Oh God, I can't remember the last time he was in a movie. Yeah.
I just don't like what he did to Superman. You know. Well.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
I mean, shit happens.
Give him that kryptonite and everything.
You can't have a hero without a villain.
Yeah, I guess so.
But he was in so much stuff, man. I mean, I loved him. My thing was Unforgiven. That was one of my favorites. So the last time he was in a movie was in 2004.
Okay.
What's that? 20.
What movie was it?
Welcome to Mooseport.
Oh, that's Wes Anderson, I think, too.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
No, you know your people, huh?
Yeah.
Is that like an autistic type thing? It doesn't say. It just says final role. No. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Welcome to
Behind Enemy Lines, Royal Tenenbaums, The Replacements. Remember, he was the coach. In The Replacements. That's a good movie. Enemy of the State, man.
Actually, I don't think that's Wes Anderson. Now I look at because now I recognize the.
Get Shorty, Crimson Tide, The Quick and the Dead, Wyatt Earp.
So, Welcome to Mooseport was the one with Ray Romano. That's that one.
Ah, yeah.
So that wasn't the Wes Anderson. Forgive me.
Unforgiven, Postcards from the Edge, Loose Cannons, Mississippi Burning. That was a popular movie. Bat 21 was a big one. Of course, Superman 4, No Way Out, Hoosiers. I'm just trying to see what was real popular. Superman 2 and 1. So he was in all the Supermans except for 3.
All right.
Because 3 was the Richard Pryor one that nobody likes.
I like that one.
That's actually one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
French Connection. Young Frankenstein. I never realized he was in Young Frankenstein, man. So yeah, his first movie was in 1961. So, he was in Bonnie and Clyde. It's sad, man. It's sad when a well-known actor, goes in a shitty way.
Yeah, Royal Tenenbaums with both Luke Wilson, Owen Wilson, and then there's another Wilson too. The one brother that's not in as many movies and stuff.
There's another Wilson. Holy shit.
Yeah. There's another one. I think he might
Mr. Wilson. Hey, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah. Bill Murray. Bill Murray did a lot of Wes Anderson stuff too.
I never heard of Wes Anderson.
Yeah. It's like I said, you can tell the movies that he does and stuff. Adrian Brody sometimes I think was in some of the.
You're good with the director producer type of stuff. Yeah.
Usually, I'm not a big Wes Anderson fan. I didn't mind Royal Tenenbaums, but some of the other ones, I can live without. Ed Norton's been in some of his stuff too. Yeah. Love but yeah.
All right. Well, rest in peace, Gene Hackman and his wife and his dog. It sucks. I feel more bad for the dog. I mean, he was 95. It was time. Time to go. But the dog, come on, they didn't deserve that.
Yeah, I wonder if he just. Yeah, I mean,
is that a lot of time for a dog to starve to death to die? Because I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. Water that could really do it too. That water goes quick. Yeah. I'm surprised the other. I wonder if the other dogs couldn't get into that room or not. I wonder.
I don't know because they said the door was open.
Yeah.
And that when they got there, one of the dogs was by the lady.
Yeah.
By the wife, but apparently they also had a doggy door.
Yeah.
And those dogs were going in and out, so maybe they would go outside and get their own stuff,
hunting rabbits or something. Yeah.
Maybe their instincts kicked in. Their survival instinct.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Yeah. Or maybe they looked in their belly and they found a leg or something. Who knows? Well, they eating
the cat?
No, eating the bodies. I guess we would have found that out though. Yeah.
No, those dogs are more of a breast people. They would like the breast section, not the leg. They don't like dark. Dogs don't like dark meat.
No. All right, before we make bigger fools of ourselves, shout out, John. Thanks for bringing this, man. This is a special one. Very good. Loved it. Andrew, thanks for the Cape May. Good times, man. We're looking forward to coming back and seeing you guys
Gene
again.
Hackman.
Yeah. Cheers. Cheers to you. Yeah. All right.